Alright, this is page 124. And this video is not going to be exactly the same thing as all our other videos. This video is going to be more about explaining things rather than modeling for you how to multiply decimals. I have shown you how to multiply decimals on all of the previous videos, so this is going to be a little bit more of an explanation and a check answers video. Alright, so let's read the directions. Kay goes for several bike rides 1 week. The table shows her speed and the number of hours spent per ride. And it shows 5 days. It shows her speed on the left and how hours she spent on the bike. And then question 23 says, how many miles did Kay bike on Thursday? We don't know the answer to that right now, but we could figure it out. What we would do is we would go to Thursday and we'd multiply her speed. She goes 10.75 miles per 1 hour, and she did that for 1.9 hours. So we're going to multiply 10.75 times 1.9 and go ahead and do that now and hit pause, and then when you're ready to resume, we can check our answer. Okay, so the number of miles she went on Thursday is 10.75 times 1.9. That's 20 and 425 thousandths. So that's the answer to number 23. How many miles did she bike on Thursday? It's 20 and 425 thousandths miles. Okay, number 24 says, on which day did Kay bike a whole number of miles? Well, the only way to do that is to go figure out the answer to all these questions. So when I say go ahead and hit pause and multiply all of the speeds on the in the left-hand column by all the hours spent on the bike on the right-hand column, and one of them will be a whole number. When you're ready to check your answers, hit play. Okay, so if you multiplied 8, well, I'm on Monday now. If you multiplied 8 and 2/10 by 4 and 25 hundredths, you'd get 34 and 85 hundredths. That is not a whole number, so that is not the answer to number 24. Number 25. I'm sorry, number 24 still. If on Tuesday you multiply 9 and 6/10 by 3 and 1/10, you get 29 and 76 hundredths. That is not a whole number. On Wednesday, if you multiplied 11 and 1/10 by 2 and 8/10, you get 31 and 8 hundredths. That is not a whole number. We already did Thursday, so now we got to check Friday. On Friday, if you do 8 and 8/10 times 3 and 75 hundredths, you get 33, which is a whole number. On which day did Kay bike a whole number of miles? The answer is Friday. Number 25, what is the difference in miles between Kay's longest bike ride and her shortest bike ride? The word difference here means answer to a subtraction problem. So I need to go find her longest bike ride, which was 34.85, and her shortest bike ride, which is 425, and I need to subtract. That's what difference means, is to subtract. So I'm going to do 34.85 minus 20 and 425. And the first thing you notice is they're not the same length, so you must annex a 0, because you can't subtract 5 from nothing. You can subtract 5 from 0 by borrowing, but you can't subtract 5 from nothing. So I'm going to borrow from this 5 right here, making this 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. Decimal comes straight down. And 4 minus 0 is 4, and 3 minus 2 is 1. The answer is 14 and 425 miles. 425 thousandths miles. Number 26 reads, check for reasonableness. And we're going to need actually a little bit more space here. So I'm going to go ahead and, I don't think I can make the space. So I want to leave this as is, so I'm just going to squeeze it in. Check for reasonableness. Kay estimates that Wednesday's bike ride was about 3 miles longer than Tuesday's bike ride. Is her estimate reasonable? So if you go to Wednesday, it's going to be 11 times 3. That's about 11. And that's about 3. And 11 times 3 would be about 33. Do you agree with that? Wednesday's bike ride was about 33 miles. And then we're comparing that to Tuesday's ride. Tuesday's ride, that's about 10. And that's about 3. 10 times 3 is about 30. Is 33 about 3 more than 30? It is. So I'm going to say yes. On Wednesday, she rode about 33 miles, and on Thursday she rode about 30 miles. Cool, we're going to check out one more problem, one of the hot questions. We're going to check out number 27, and that will be our last question that we do here. So you can go ahead to 28 and 29 and you can write skip. If you want to try those problems, you may, but we are not going to solve them as a whole group. 27 reads, explain the error. To estimate the product, 3 and 48/100ths by 7 and 33/100ths, Marissa multiplied 4 by 8 to get 32. Explain how she can get a closer estimate. Well, if you just look quickly, you think that she did the correct rounding, but if you look more closely, where would 3 and 48/100ths round? To round to the nearest whole number, you look to the tenths place. And is 4 supposed to round up? No, she should not have rounded this up to 4. She should have rounded this to about 3. So she should have done about 3. And then take a look at this number. Which should we have rounded that up to 8? No. 3 rounds down. That should be about 7. About 3 times about 7 is equal to about 21. So now we're going to put that into some words. I just showed my work. Now we're going to put that into words. Explain how she can get a closer estimate. Marissa should have rounded 348 down to 3 and rounded 733 down to 7, then multiplied 3 by 7 to get about 21. 21 is closer to the actual answer than her answer of 32. So that's what I wrote. That's what I got for number 27. Marissa should have rounded 3 and 48/100ths down to 3, and rounded 7 and 33/100ths down to 7, then multiplied 3 by 7 to get about 21. That's a good answer for number 27. Okay, that's it for page 124. Good job.